Hey everybody, it's Ruben Lowing here in Cyper, Northwest Houston. I'm at the WSB WFG Northwest Houston office. I'm usually here from like 9:30 until like 2:30 or 3 on Saturdays, and I'm really glad I came today. And then one of my new campaigner, he came. He's got pretty good meeting mentality. Um, he's pretty smart, right? He picks up things. He starts seeing. He started talking today about. He sees how these people, um, are hanging on to their dead end jobs, and that they can't stand. Right, that takes away their time from the ministry and learning more about the Bible and the true meaning of the word and all that. And it was amazing to hear him all by himself pick this up. And I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen it a lot. People hold on to that thing that's taking them down. The ship that's going down, they're holding on to the rail with a white knuckle grip. And he caught on to that. Oh, I wish he could have stuck around. We had great training with the Northwest Houston office. All right, but then I stayed after with the training for WLB, and April, who met my new campaigner in Fort Worth, did some great training. I really, really liked her training about ownership mindset. Okay, and if you bought a franchise for McDonald's or Starbucks, how you'd show up, and how the commitment you'd have to make, right? Well, and talk about the difference between the employee mentality and the employer mentality, and then Ernie Boomalog got on. I took really good notes for you, Ernie Boomalog. I really liked your training today. And I'm going MD in 60 days from August to September, and talked about the old guidelines, 3 associates, and each one of them get 3 and you get 1, right? And then you have to have 12 recruits and 5 licenses on your team in the base shop, and then 12 solutions and 40,000 points. Well, now they've waived the 5 licenses. You just got to get, and you can only need to get 10 team recruits, all right, and do 30,000 points instead of 40,000 points, and you pop MD, okay? And then you build 2 MDs and have 10 licensed agents with income 10K, open an office, and you win the trip to Thailand, all right? That's so exciting. That's the part of the world I haven't been to, right? The Southeast Asia. I've been all the way to the west coast of India and to South Korea. That space in between, the Philippines, Thailand, Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, Japan. I've been to Japan, but I never got off the tarmac. Been to Hawaii, same thing, right? So I want to go. I have to go to those places, right? And this is how you do it, all right? So then I'm like, okay. So I was like, I loved having, 6 to 8 appointments a day. I did that. I did 44 appointments in 2 weeks. Okay. And I'm like, oh, I like that activity, right? Got me really good at the presentation, right? And I'm like, how do you do that? Well, here's what you do. First thing, everybody you've got a Finance 101 card for, you call them up and you just have a conversation. Maybe things have gotten better for them now, all right? Or maybe they can give you a referral, somebody that you can actually write some business with. Okay, then what else you do? Oh yeah, I'm like, my mind starts going strategic, right? And I'm starting thinking of people that I have, I can communicate with them. I know have a little knowledge of what they do, all right, and that's cool, right? You can build rapport pretty quick when so right away, military guys like that, right? I get, build that rapport. It's like we've known each other our whole lives, right? But I see this young guy, and you can tell he'd been working hard, kind of grubby, right? I thought he was an HVAC tech. That's what my son does. So I approached him. Well, he used to do that, didn't like it. He didn't like calling around hot addicts all the time with bugs and all that kind of stuff. And so now he's a mechanic working for a distribution company, and he runs their fleet. And he's 25 years old. And I gave him the campaign flyer, and he read it. He said, "Oh, I'm really interested in this stuff." So we got an appointment for Monday, right? And he's heard about the laser fund, the liquid asset safely earning returns. He's a single guy. He's got a girlfriend, right? You know, but he gets this, right? He's heard about it somewhere else, but he's been looking for someone to talk to about it. And here I am, right? And it got me thinking, you know, when you're talking to somebody about this stuff, if they get excited, all right, that's a good indicator. All right. If they don't, that's another good indicator that you may not want to waste a lot of time, but get that referral. Ask for somebody that, man, who do you know? I know a lot of people I'm talking to, they've been looking for this kind of information, and here we are giving it for free. Right. You got to get, it's like playing football, man. You're the middle linebacker, and you're trying to get the guy with the ball, the quarterback or the halfback, and you don't want to deal with the guard, the tackle, or the fullback, right? You want to get past them, and you figure out how to get past them, all right? Put their mind where people are. People will do that for you just to get you out of their face, all right? It's awesome, right? And then, of course, if you make a good impression, well, they want to help you too. A lot of times when you talk to people that are established, I did a training, when talking to somebody about campaigning for politics, right? A lot of times they put the people in, they don't know nothing, they don't train them at all, right? They're prospect or they're precinct managers, and they don't know nothing, right? And usually they'll look for like community leaders, look for somebody in the community that is a leader, that is well established, has a business, right? They ain't got time for this stuff, but you put them with somebody who's eager, trying to make their mark, trying to make their name, and the two together work in that person's database. It's the same thing with our business. It's exactly the same thing. Okay, so that's what you do. You find a community leader, right, and offer to help them out, or put your young guy that's after it, or ask them if they know somebody who's eager and ambitious that they want to help, you know, in our industry. You know, you're looking for the heart that is eager and ambitious. And that's who they can make it happen. And you just put them in the right place with the right people so they can. All right. I hope this helps somebody. If it does, please go ahead and share it. Have a great Saturday.